Welcome to ACNO's tutorial. My name is Burton Manning and I'm going to give you a brief overview of the Critical Design Review, or what we call CDR. What is a CDR? A Critical Design Review is a technical review to ensure that a system being developed can proceed into fabrication, demonstration, and test. It verifies that a system's final design can meet the requirements of the government's Capability Development Document, or CDD. A CDR is conducted in the engineering, manufacturing, development phase of the acquisition process only when the initial product baseline has been achieved. The successful completion of a CDR usually indicates the start of formal configuration management by the contractor of the technical baseline. In short, the CDR is the decision point for the government to allow a contractor to start building. What should a CDR determine? The number one goal of a CDR is to determine that a detailed design satisfies the cost, schedule, and performance requirements of the system being developed. It should also determine the design compatibility among other equipment, facilities, computer software, and personnel that will use the system. A CDR should assess the main risk and the results of the producibility analysis conducted on the system hardware. It should also review hardware production specifications. And finally, it should determine the acceptability of the detailed design, performance, and test characteristics on the design solution and the adequacy of the operation and support documentation. These are all the main areas that CDR need to determine are satisfactory before fabrication and testing can begin. I've compiled a number of common CDR questions that should be answered during the review. A few of these include question number 1. Does the detailed design satisfy the Capability Development Document? This is the number one question that has to be answered during a CDR. You don't want to get into fabrication with a system that can't meet requirements. That's just not good. Question number 2. Has a system product baseline been established? The product baseline is the documentation describing all the necessary functions and physical characteristics of a configuration item. Question number 3. Are the risks known and manageable for testing? We don't want to have any surprises during test and evaluation. Question number 4. Is the detailed design producible within the program budget? This is key to understanding if a program can meet its funding objectives. Question number 5. Is the program schedule executable? Can the program stay on schedule, or do changes have to occur? Question number 6. Have the critical manufacturing processes that affect the key characteristics been identified? We don't want to start fabrication of a project if we don't know how we're going to build it. These are just a few of the main questions asked during CDR. A more comprehensive list is provided below this video. After a successful CDR is conducted, it should provide the following: an initial product baseline, a risk assessment of the engineering, manufacturing, development phase, an updated cost analysis requirements description or CARD, an updated development schedule with critical path, an approved lifecycle sustainment plan, and the start of configuration management by the contractor of the technical baseline. These are all the main items a successful CDR should provide the program manager as it transitions into fabrication and test. There are a few common references that the program manager and contractor need to know in order to conduct a successful CDR. The first one is the Program System Engineering Plan. This is where the CDR entrance criteria are detailed. In order to initiate CDR, these entrance criteria must be met. The second is the CDR section of the Defense Acquisition Guidebook, section 4.2. This gives a good overview of what a CDR needs to accomplish and how to accomplish it. Other references that can be utilized are the DoD Critical Design Review Checklist and the Common CDR Questions. Both of these documents are very useful for conducting a successful CDR. All these references are located at the bottom of this tutorial. Well, this concludes our brief tutorial on the Critical Design Review. I hope you found it informative and worth your time. Remember, knowledge is your most valuable asset. Thanks for listening and have a good day.